Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm bringing to you 5 of the books which have had the most impact on me and changed me as a person. Usually I don't make these kind of videos because I think that these things are very private to me. But the reason why I'm doing this right now is because I think most people who watch my videos regularly are those people who usually feel related and connected to me in some way or the other. And I think if I speak about these 5 books, they might help the same people who are feeling the same kind of connectivity to me as well. So I'm going to talk about these 5 books, and of these 4 are non-fiction books and only one is a fiction book. I'll be talking about the fiction book at last and the 4 non-fiction books in the order in which I read them. A huge surprise is that all these 4 non-fiction books which I'm going to talk about are from 2020 and 2021 alone, because I think that I've spent a lot more time alone with myself in these 2 years. So without any further ado, let's get into the books right away. The first book is a very classic book, and I'm sure that you might have heard and seen this book multiple times in different places, not just on Booktube. And I'm talking about The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. This book basically just deals with the law of attraction and how you can just change your life using your thoughts alone. There is this video in which I saw on Instagram that we usually create everything that we create 2 times, once in our head and once physically out in the world. So definitely in order to create anything, we think about that first, and that thought of creativity is usually the seed from which the physical being actually gets born. Even while I'm filming this video, I'm sure that I thought about the video first and created it in my mind, and then I scripted it, and now I'm sitting down and filming it. So in order for the process to go better, I'm sure that the seed must be created properly, and the thing which we create first in our mind needs to be proper without any disturbances and in a very positive way, in order to enrich your mind and make yourself feel more positive and understand that you are more responsible for your life rather than any other external factors. I'm sure that this book will help you because it did help me. I read this during a time in my life while I felt very depressed and let down so much in August 2020. And I cannot believe that it's been 1 year since, and after the time I read this book, I can say that I have become a much more different person than I was before reading this one. I think that if you read this book and follow things which resonate with you and feel very real to you, it will change your life for the better in ways that you can't even imagine. So please do try this one. I think it can impact a lot many lives in a very positive way. The next one is yet another very famous book, and it is The 5 AM Club by Robin Sharma. Okay, the reason why I wanted to read this book first of all was that I wanted to see what a person has to say about the things and benefits that a person can have while they are waking up 5 o'clock in the morning. It's basically just a book which tells you how much better your life can become if you wake up 5 in the morning and do some of the things that the author talks about in this one. He actually mainly concentrates on the 1 hour, that is from 5 am to 6 am alone, and while you do this continuously over a period of time, you can definitely see a huge growth in yourself. It's definitely not going to happen like this. He says that any habit will take 66 days for us to put into our routine and transform it into a habit. In order to convert any task that we do into a habit that we possess in our daily life, it takes usually 66 days, and he has divided those 66 days into 22 days each, and the process that we go through and the difficulties that we will face in the first week, in the second week, and towards the end, during the time we are going to complete this cycle, is explained clearly by him in this one. Especially the hard piece of this book, if you ask me, is the 5 am to 6 am part. I am a person who is a part of the 5 am club now. I don't wake up every day at 5 am. Only in the weekdays, that is from Monday to Friday, I wake up at 5 am, and during the Saturdays and Sundays, I sleep a little longer. But I can definitely say, ever since I made this one a habit, that is waking up at 5 am and doing my chores a habit, it has benefited me in ways that I cannot actually describe, because the amount of time that I get after waking up 5 in the morning and doing the things, not all the things, at least some things that the author talks about in this one, have proven to be super beneficial for me, and I want many other people also to benefit from this. I can completely understand that it's not practical for everyone to wake up at 5 am because people work during different shifts, and it's not possible for you to wake up at 5 am if you're going to go to bed by 1 or 2 pm, right? Some people do it because of their jobs and professions, but trust me, if you read this book and practice some of the things that the author talks about in this one, it will definitely change your life for the better, because it has changed mine and I'm practicing it each and every day. It is tough, but I can definitely say that it is more worth than the magnitude that it is tough. The next 2 books are those which I've read in 2021, that is this year itself. Of these, the first one is Deep Work by Newport. Now, this is a book on productivity, and if you're a person who's struggling to manage your time and be more efficient in your work, I definitely recommend this book to you, because I'm sure that you will benefit a lot from this one, because I'm a person who has a lot on my plate. I do a lot of reading. I have this channel. I have my own job, which I have to work 8 hours a day. So all these things are hard. And apart from all these things, I also have to take care of myself. So in order to do that, I have to manage my time properly so that within the small amount of the time that I have to do everything, I can do them in a proper and more efficient way. The author actually solely concentrates on this single concept called deep work, and the amount of time that you can spend doing deep work every day is 4 hours, and that is the only amount of time in a day you'll end up doing the best of your work. Anytime after those 4 hours, the author says that the quality of the work that you do will not be that great. And I've experienced this many times in the past, and after reading this, I paid some attention for the work that I was doing in the first 4 hours of the day while I had the more energy, and the work that I did after those 4 hours. It was very evident for me itself that I was struggling a lot more to do the work after those 4 hours, because that is the time during which I start losing my energy. The second concept which I found very astonishing from this one is that willpower is very finite. Okay, I thought that willpower is something which is definitely not finite, because anytime that we want to do something, if we want to do it, okay, to such a great extent, we will be able to do it. But because of some reason we will not be able to push ourselves. That's because we have lost our willpower. The amount of willpower in the tank has come down, and that's the only reason we are not able to do it. It's not that we are incapable of doing it, it's just that we don't have the willpower that is necessary in order to carry out the task. I'm just saying these things in a really surface level in this video. I cannot go in depth and explain everything to you guys, but trust me, if you're interested in learning more about these stuff, please do go forward and pick this up. It's not even that long. You can easily finish it in a week. Even if you read like 1 or 2 chapters every day, it will not even take like half an hour or 1 hour. But the time you spend in reading this will definitely save you a lot more time in the future and make you work even more efficiently. The last non-fiction book in this list is How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LePera. Of all the books in this list, this is definitely the book which I did not expect at all to end up in such a huge place in my heart, because I first listened to this on audio and I loved it and felt it resonating with me to such an extent that I wanted to buy a physical copy of the book and do the journaling that the author has talked step by step. I've definitely not started my reread as of now while the time I'm filming this video, but I'm definitely going to start it very soon. My brother is currently reading the book. That's one of the main reasons why I have not started rereading it, because I wanted all for my own while I'm reading it. He's actually halfway through the book, and this is definitely the only book in the channel which I've said that it is a must read, because I don't ever say any book as a must read, because I don't think I have the authority or the right to say that you must read this book, but I can definitely say you must read this book. Okay, whoever you are that is watching this video, if you're not the author of this book, you need to read this book. You must read this book, because I'm sure if you read this, you will be able to understand yourself more as a person, the bad things that you've experienced in life, the good things that you've experienced in life, your positives, your negatives, your strengths, your weaknesses. You'll be able to analyze your opportunities further on in life in a more objective and constructive basis, rather than just getting overwhelmed. Personally, I think that I've understood a lot more from where my anxiety has rooted in my life. I think it's basically from my high school life. Okay, I'll not say that my school life was bad, because it was a really good time. I studied in a really good school. I had really good friends, but it was a very stressful time because my school actually focused a lot more on the academics alone. I was a person who was really good in academics, and so were my friends. So the competition was always there when it came to academics, and because of that and some of the things which were going on personally in life, I started developing some negative things in my mind, and as a result of that, I think I might have developed anxiety, especially during from that teenage time. I'm not sure whether it is the exact thing, because I'm not a trained professional, right? Only from the knowledge that I have from reading the book and revisiting my past in my mind itself, I was able to come to certain conclusions, but I'm not sure they are legit or not. But doing that has helped me a lot in order to understand me better and see which are the things that actually trigger me and which are the things which actually motivate me. Usually I'm a person who concentrates more on the opportunities and positive things that are around me than on the things that I don't have and the negative things that are actually happening around me, because I know that if I concentrate more on the negative things, I'll not be able to push myself to do all the work that I'm doing. All these things will definitely not be possible if I just concentrate on the negative stuff. I have to concentrate a lot more on the positive stuff. At the same time, I cannot just ignore all the negative things that are going on in my life, right? In order to face those negative things in a more objective basis and analyze them even more constructively, this book has helped me in the short time that I have spent after reading this itself. I'm sure that it will benefit me a lot more after the reread. So no matter who you are, if you're watching this video, please do go forward, buy this book and read it. I'm sure it will change you into a better person just by understanding yourself even better. And at last, we have the only fiction book which I have in this list, and it is Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Initially, when I started the channel, in the first year, I think, I have spoken about this book a lot many times. That's mainly because of the reason that I feel so much attached to this book, because the author actually talks about OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder, as the main theme of the book. The book has a plot, but the plot can just go down the drain because it does not matter at all. It is a very character focused book, and the issues that the character is facing mentally in her head itself. I'm actually a person who has some extent of OCD, but not this bad as it is shown in the book. John Green has also said that this book is a reflection of the things that he has faced in his own life, and while you read this book, if you're a person who has compulsive and obsessive thoughts and behaviors, I'm sure you'll be able to feel the connect with the character that's written by the author and the author himself, okay? Because you'll be able to understand that you're not going crazy. There's nothing bad about you or wrong about you. It's just something different about you that you are experiencing. It's definitely not a pleasant thing, okay? It's a bad thing, but it doesn't make you bad in any way. It just makes you stronger because you're able to deal with it and do all the work that you're doing currently, and you're also dare enough to do all the work that you're about to do in the future. Especially, I appreciate John Green for having written this book because he has put out his own feelings into a character and shown how he has felt in his life while he was not able to understand the mental illness that he has, and making it articulate in the perfect way to the readers who are reading it. It was super good, okay? Even if you're a person who does not have OCD, I'm sure that if you read this, you'll be able to understand how serious a problem it is, and no matter what, how much ever other people try to help, it can just mess up with your head. It can mess up with the person who's actually experiencing it. So more than anything, this is a book which speaks empathy to me. So I feel very much connected to it, and it will definitely be a book which will be close to my heart forever. So yes guys, those are the 5 books which I think that have impacted me the most and had a really great effect on me and as a person, and changed me as a person also. And all the changes that I've talked about in this video are positive changes, and I've not felt anything negative about any of these books. Some of them might not be totally legitimate, but these are books which I feel connected to, and I think if I speak more about them, many more people who are like me can get access to content like this and enjoy the journey of life as a whole. If you found this video useful in some way or the other, and if you think that it'll be useful for someone you know, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends. If you want to get more content from me, do subscribe to the channel because I publish new videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.